Grand Rising family. I'm about to show y'all another video from the beautiful sister Kendra Davis, the Crimson Cure. She got a message. I probably paused it a couple times and fast forwarded to a couple parts, but this whole video is a pure message. Y'all can go back and watch it. It's called "Black Women Are Afraid to Be Feminine." Go to this right quick.
Feel that she's okay, that she's in the right, that she is on the right track doing what she's doing. But there's a fear. And that fear is the unknown. Because for as much as the gynocracy likes to say that they're getting away from patriarchy, i.e. black male patriarchy, the fact of the matter is they've never really experienced that on a wide scale. We've experienced that on individual scales. We had a father that was a patriarch or grandfather or something like that. But as a collective, black women have never experienced in this country the patriarchy of black men. So it's all cap when a gynocrat says she's trying to escape black male patriarchy because she's never been in that. She doesn't know what that is.
I don't know what a gynocrat is, but I'm gonna look that up.
A matriarch was put into place that answered to the patriarchy of palm-colored men. And so this is the value system that is now still being enacted all of these centuries later. Because while there's a fear of black male patriarchy, not because black men have abused it, but because this is an unknown area to the collective of black men. What's not an unknown is answering to or being under the patriarchy of palm-colored men. But that isn't satisfactory either to a gynocrat, is it? Because they don't give you the validation that you really seek. Ain't I a woman? Sojourner Truth spoke that into existence so many years ago. Ain't I a woman? This was an appeal to palm-colored men. This had nothing to do with black men. Because black men already regarded black women as women.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I gotta pause it. She hit it on the nose. All that patriarchy and all that stuff y'all talking about, matriarchy, I don't know where that come from, but I know history, and I know from my years, and I grew up with my ancestors because my family, the older people in my family was around me in the later years. My aunties and uncles, all my people from Savannah, Georgia, all my people from Montgomery, Alabama, they was around me, and I hear their stories and I seen them. The families was more better back in the day. The fathers was in the house. The grandfathers was around. The cities was better. It was, it wasn't so much many fast tail girls. It was harder to get women back in the day because the fathers was around, uncles, and good stuff. Now I'm not saying every family's was good and every male was good, but it was better times back in the you could see clearly. I can go back from the 80s, but imagine the 50s and 40s. You keep going back, you see more greatness. That's because the fathers was in the house, and them uncles and granddaddies and stuff like that. And women, y'all don't really see, and that's why I think the matriarchy came from, because the men really spoiled them women. When the women was feminine and virtuous, them women lived an easier, good life. Like, the ones who had the real men and the patriarchies around, them women, they ain't had to do much. They was dressed nice. Go look at my video that we come from greatness. Look how they was dressed and smiling, and everybody was feeling good. Because the men had them oil rigs and stuff like that. The melanated men. Women, y'all ain't have to do much but cook and clean or something. They'd get so bored, they'd go work in the field. Even if the man didn't own a farm or nothing, and he was the sharecropper, he still lived on that plantation in the house that he paid He paid rent, and it came out his pay from his sharecropping from the farmer. And they didn't always work for white farmers. Most of the farmers in America was melanated men. We the ones who know how to cultivate the land. So a lot of them the females, they had good lives. They just sat back. They took care of their children. They made sure the kids learned, and making sure the kids ate nutritious foods, that they would go out in their gardens and pick. I think gardens is a female trait. Men like me, I have to do it because I don't have females that's into it, so I do it a little. But when a female really open up to them gardens, that's what they do. Dude, I come out, the nigga come break down the dirt and pick up something heavy and boom, dig something for you. But the female out there doing it. Me and my wife, my ex-wife, we did it one time. The last one we did, our garden we had, she helped me. So, and it was different. We grew corn taller than me. It was different. She was in the house putting seeds in dirt and stuff, growing stuff in the house before it even got the time to throw it out. So that's a women trait, because women could naturally do that with no worries, and that was a part of fun. They didn't have to work or be out in the field working at Chrysler and GM and all that. They wasn't wearing no tight pants all up in their ass, catching yeast infections and stuff. Them women wounds was clean. They was eating clean food. The man protected them. They ain't had to lift a finger. If it was something heavy in the house, the little boys they was raising real little men in training. So the little boy, hey, the woman ain't even got to pick that up. That little man, he go grab that 10-pound bag of potatoes. Ha 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 ha. Little 5-year-old boy, huh? Take that in there for mama. Back in the day, mama's all she got to do is cook a fabulous meal. She got a smokehouse outside. The man got a car. He taking her everywhere. The women ain't even used to drive. Even back in the horse days, they used to be in the back of the carriage when they do that stuff on movies and show the pale ladies up there and they get rolled in them nice dresses. They imitating us. That's what we used to do, man. We was the civilized ones doing that. But they came with their story. See, y'all lived it like guys. Listen to the music back in the day. Everything was catered to the melanated woman, so-called black woman. All the songs, I do love you, I love you, I love you. They singing the melanated women. My girl, my girl. Everything was dedicated when y'all ain't want that. Y'all changed to the white patriarch. That's who y'all go under. Y'all ain't. I done grew up in the matriarch system. Y'all kicked all the fathers out the house. All the uncles and fathers and all that got ran out. I grew up in a matriarch world. You know what our world was? Chaos as kids. Sexual. Everybody fighting. Everybody shooting. My daddy and them ain't grew up in that shit. When they had their fathers and shit in the house, they did a little something, but they ain't do that much. They had too many men around watching them. Man, I grew up in the women. And if y'all don't believe y'all fell up under the pale man patriarch system, look in the mirror. Look at y'all hair. Y'all got white woman hair. Growing up, our grandmamas and them ain't had no damn white ass, stringy ass, blonde hair. No pale woman hair. That shit look ridiculous. And then for the ones who know about your chakras and all that y'all got them hair crowns on, blocking your real crown chakra. That's why I can't think. The sun ain't getting to your pineal gland. Cause this hair crown, this synthetic crown on top of your head. All this net weed basket, then the chemicals y'all putting on y'all hair. This is in the matriarch system. The patriarch, the women ain't look like that. With the black male patriarch system, I start talking. I ain't let Kendra get off. I know my phone don't be having that much video. I'm gonna try and let her get off some points. But y'all get what I'm saying though? Like, men treated y'all like royalty. That's why y'all got that in your heads. Like, we are the queens. We are the gods. Y'all be thinking that was in ancient times. Girl, that shit was in 1955. It wasn't even that long ago y'all was treated like the gods. Y'all ain't want it. Y'all let them women, the pale females come in and dictate your life with their life stories. There was the one they was getting whipped up by they men, they cavemen. Them white men, they had knocked their ass out. Them cavemen, they was sleeping with each other. That homosexual came from this wasn't even that long ago. They were molesting their kids. This wasn't that long ago. It's still going on to today. Look at them now. Look at the average pill people over the world. Now all of them not bad. No full race of people is bad. But just on a wide scale, come on, we know the truth now. You would catch all this in any type of race household, but not that much in a melanated community. I remember back in the day, if a nigga touched a girl, the whole hood finding me, beat his ass, killing, shit like that. Going on and up my times of growing up. So it ain't go on in our culture like that. Them pale women, y'all adopted they struggle. They men was going off to war all the time, to all them wars. They was getting sent off by the Europeans that's in the background, the melanated ones. They was sending all them white boys to war, calling them jarheads and shit like that. They was leaving they women alone and shit like that. That's where a lot of that hunching and munching came from. The women was hunching and munching on themselves because they men was going to war. A lot of them, the niggas wasn't going to war. A lot of them wasn't. Some of them went, but man, a lot of them niggas at home in the field. Like I showed y'all on the videos. And then the ones who did went to war, they was the top. The Tuskegee Airmen and shit like that was the top ones. But a lot of men was at home with they melanated women, with their families, raising them kids, doing right, doing agriculture, and I'm gonna have to show that Kendra Davis video a little later because she hit it on the nail. I'm gonna just finish talking on this for this cut off. But we was doing agriculture and all that, raising family. I seen my granddaddy. I seen my Uncle Randy and them. I seen them men still great all the way into the 2000s till they passed. Now my Uncle Randy, I seen that with the real patriotic. Raised my cousin. My cousin right now is a top electrician in the city. He do all the electricity at Aretha Franklin Theater. He was raised by my great uncle, Uncle Randy May. So I seen greatness of real patriotic. The world switched to the matriarch. A lot of our grandmas, a lot of our us got rid of them men and raised us. Our mamas, kicked our fathers up, started shit, you know what I mean? And a lot of them niggas, got out of there. Some of them niggas was weak, but some of them, strong niggas went and had families and kept on going. But the world was under the matriarchic system. We seen it. Our mamas was the ones taking us to McDonald's and shit. Right there, feet. We grew up in the projects with our mamas, and the mamas ran that shit with their government checks and shit. And shit, the world was fucked up. I seen the 90s and the 2000s, and right now, all this homosexual shit and all this, all these kids doing everything, killing the shit. Who in the house? It's the mamas. The mamas been ran this shit for the last. It's been the matriarch system. Shit, we need to. I ain't with the word patriarch or matriarch, but I know when the males was in the house, everything was more beautiful, baby. I seen it. You know what I mean? Y'all fell up under the white